Okay, YouTube is now live. She's back. It's true. I am back. Hello, gamers. Hello, gamers. Thank you for the 15 months, Dilazor. Thank you for the 13 months, Jedi. Hi, guys. Hello. Hello, gamers. We are, I'm assuming Kick is live. Fleshy Buggy? Yeah, you get to see bug flesh today. See? You get to see my fat hands. Wow, isn't that amazing? Oh, I forgot to put something on. Hold on. I forgot to do something. As a preventative measure, I had to put on my HANDCAM balaclava in case I don't know, the camera ever accidentally falls over and then suddenly I get face doxed. Now I have a balaclava. Put a fat burger in them? Dude, I would love a fat burger for my fat hands. Num 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 num. Num 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 num. That would be so yummy. That would be so yummy. So hello gamers. Made it to 5 streams without dying. Nice! Good job, Cranky. Kaylin walks in, you look like Boris. Basically. He is Boris. Alright, guys. So today, we're gonna be talking about my vacation. It's about all the fun I had. We're gonna talk about Warhammers. We're gonna talk about the new ogres for sure, because that's what's going on today. We have the new ogre model kits. They released a whole new ogre models for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and that's what we're gonna be building today. I have not built a model in a very long time, but I've got all kinds of goodies. I've got the old mold line remover from Warhammer that I've used literally since I've gotten into Warhammer. Some files, Zactos, some Tamiya thin cement, and little copper wire cutters, which should be fine for plastic. That's what we got going on for today. And let's see if I can show this properly. This is the ogre box. I don't know if I can fit this on a screen properly. Ogor. I'm over here stroking my gut, rubbing gravy on my gut. I got gravy on my gut right now. I'm stroking my gut. I'm an ogre. Oh, ogres, yeah. It's Ogor. Ogor, legally distinct ogres. You know, they needed to change it to a trademarkable name, so that if you use it wrong, you can get in trouble. Yeah, we're gonna be army beset building today. It's all ogre. Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually allowed to show the instructions. Like I said, I've never built Warhammer on stream before. I've built it in person, but that was years ago. I haven't built a Warhammer model in a very long time. I'm gonna open the box now. We can take a look at these screws. Get into the swing of things. Wow, look at that. This looks like the Iron Guts. They have numbers and little pieces. Looks pretty good. The sculpt looks really good. The skin is so textured on the ogres. Interesting. Yeah, that looks like our Iron Gut, which are armored ogres. We might work on these guys first. But what comes in the box set, let me see if I can get a picture for you guys. Ogor, Mawtribes, army set. Let me see if I can get a picture. Save image. Pictures. That's a WebP. Okay, well, now I gotta change it. WebP to PNG, because that won't show properly. Where did I even install that picture? Convert. Thank you for the 125 stream streak. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's see if we could do image. Change this image to this is what the box set comes with. It comes with the War Scroll book, which is this big book here. You see with the guy with the tyrants with the hammer and the cleaver, and then little War Scroll cards that have their data sheets. But then, so it comes with the tyrant. It comes with 10 ogre bulls, so I guess they're called gluttons now. Then 3 iron guts, which are the guys with the big dual wielding weapons that you see in the back, the 3 of them. And then 2 of these maw beast cavalry guys. I actually don't know where I want to start. I think I want to start with some gluttons. You know, we're gonna get started rebuilding miniatures. You know, I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to fuck up on one of the nicer models. I'd rather fuck up on one of the newer models. I mean, one of the more numerous models. You know what I mean? Okay, these 2 look like duplicates. Got a whole set there? Yeah. We do. Let me see. Okay. Okay, let's start with the ogre bulls. And that starts with one of these sprues. And then one of these. That's what we'll do. Let me see if I can find instructions now. Alright, I found instructions. Let's see. I'm burning bridges brightly. Let me see if this is the right thing. Is this the right thing? I think this is the right thing. Okay, yeah, I see that. So this is this one. It goes like this. Let me move my mouse in the way. I have very limited space to work. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay. That's our unit of ogre bulls. Let's not do the tyrant. Let's do our ogre bulls first. So we've got our choice between helmeted heads and non-helmeted heads, which is pretty snazzy. I think I want unhelmeted heads. Bug breach in your dorm? German cockroach? What the? Why would you have bugoo? Let me see if I can put this in a way to keep this open. So it wants us to cut off all the weapons and stuff. Interchangeable part. Where's... That's the iron guts. Trying to figure out what to do here. Buggy sent an assassin. Answer: Florida. Oh. Florida. Florida. Let me see if I can move this stand here in a spot where this can just stay open. Or maybe I can put it like this. Oh, okay, there we go. Now I've got a nice little stand for my booklet. Okay. Oh my god, it fell! It instantly fell. Hi, Scartalo. How are you? Okay, stay open. Don't fall. Okay. Alright. So yeah. Alright, let's see. We're gonna start with C1. I'm guessing C is like... This is P1, P2. Okay, this looks like this is C1. I don't know why they call it C. I don't see the letter C or anything like that on the sprue. But I guess that's it. This is gonna take us a while, guys. We're obviously gonna be working on this for a while. Is that plastic crack I see? Yeah. We're gonna be working on this for a while. Because I'm very, very meticulous builder. It takes a long time for anything to get done for me. And also I gotta try to do it in view of the camera. So like, I like to cut away from the piece. I like to cut away from the piece, guys. And then as we work on the piece further, we get closer. Yeah, that's one. That's C1. Sounds like desert temperatures. It got to 106 degrees Fahrenheit before noon and didn't drop below 85 last night. Whoa. That sounds crazy. Okay. So we've got these parts off. Doc Incredible, thank you for the 40 stream streak. Thank you, thank you. And we'll cut a little closer. Like that. Like that. Easy. Now let's take our X-Acto and see if we can clean up those spots. See? Just smooth them off a little. Like that. As you can see, there's a little rough spot on there. I'm trying to get it like so. And scrape it smooth. Until it feels smooth. It might still appear on there, but as long as it feels smooth, It'll make things a lot easier. This one seems to be on the seam where you would be having glue anyways. I'm gonna clean it up anyways so that it fits properly when it comes time to put these two together. Like so. I'm gonna take these little bits and throw them away so they're not in the way further. So I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of... Oh, my book closed itself again. Why would it do that? Maybe I need to put something in the middle that holds it. Maybe my file. There you go. There you go. I had a lot of fun during my my vacation. So yeah, I was for those of you who are just tuning in and didn't know I was missing, I had been missing in action for about since the 7th. I didn't stream over the weekend. I was away. I was out having fun. Seki and I met up and had a nice vacation. I needed some time away from work because you guys know me. I'm a kind of a workaholic. You know what I mean? I'm always fucking working. And it was nice just having a week of just not working, you know. You know, we had a lot of fun. We watched scary movies. We went traveling around. We went to a Games Workshop. I want to talk about that. You're always working because your relief never shows up on time. True. And even now, as I'm working, as I'm streaming, I'm getting texts from my boss about some sort of bullshit problem that they have that's not my problem. That's not my fault. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing how nature works that way? Isn't that fantastic? Let me see. Let me read this text message. Oh my god. This text message is annoying. Yeah. All right, well, I send them a text. Hopefully they listen to me. They're trying to get me to work a shift for a position I don't like working. And I just told them no, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do that. It's kind of horseshit. It shouldn't be. I shouldn't be working it, period. Birthing her enemy from the depths? What the? see. I just fixed up a little bit right here. Scraping it smooth. Could use a mold line remover, but I'm actually not seeing very severe mold lines on this. This is new GW stuff. This is mainly just getting off the little screw, like little pegs and stuff. Fantasy ogres? Yeah, it's fantasy ogres. Scraping. There's a little bit of mold line. I'm scraping that away right now. So we got our 2 pieces here. Where did I put the cap for this thing? Uh-oh. There it is. Age of Sigmar. Yeah, it's Age of Sigmar, guys. There's a lot of, like, every single one of these ogre guys has got a lot of pieces. What it looks like is like you have 2 body pieces, 2 feet, and like every part is individual. Like you need to pick an arm, you need to pick feet, you need to pick, oh my god. There's so much to pick here. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I wonder how many ogres we'll be able to finish in one stream. Probably not that many, considering this is a weekday stream. But yeah, Seki and I went to a Games Workshop. Seki and I went to a Games Workshop for the, like, it was his first time going to one. And it was my, it had been literally years since the last time I had gone to one. Literally so many years, okay? How long are you planning on going? At least 3 or 4 hours. Probably 3. But yeah, it had been... How long? Why is the mouse so massive? I think it's a Logitech G502. It's pretty good. Works pretty good for me. Yeah, these parts go together like this, by the way. You can see the little line there. Big old thumb rest, yeah. I'm just making sure this all connects together properly. Looks like you cut yourself on it. Okay, I've never opened this Tamiya thin cement before. But let's try it out. It comes with a little brush. Okay. Okay. I don't know if that was enough. I don't know if that was enough glue. Was I supposed to shake this first? I'm just gonna let it sit for a second. Just gonna let it sit and make sure I didn't get any on my hands, because I don't want to smudge up anything. Squeeze it together some. It feels very frail. It feels like it didn't bond together properly. You gotta clamp them with the glue. I'm taking a look at it. It definitely wiggles. Let me see if I can do that again. I'm gonna take them apart. Yeah, it's like barely bonding at all. I'm gonna do it off screen to see if I can do it better. All right, I'm squeezing it again. Clamping it real tightly. I think that's better. But yeah, I'm just gonna hold this while I yap. Basically, Seki and I had gone to a GW. And like I said, it was his first time going to one, and it had been literally years since I had been there. And that particular location, when I had gone there last time, they had a really awesome store clerk. To put things in perspective, by the way, at least where I'm coming from and where I'm expecting when I go to a Games Workshop, the Games Workshop I used to go to when I was in college was the Games Workshop where they had trained other like store clerks, okay? So I'm familiar with what they're supposed to do when you first enter a Games Workshop, right? Basically, what's supposed to happen when you enter a Games Workshop and you're a new face that they had never seen before, they literally like put you in an Oblivion NPC dialogue, unskippable dialogue, right? They're supposed to. They're supposed to confront you and be like, hey, what are you interested in? You know, what do you, like, what are you interested in the hobby? Do you play? Do you know how to play? Do you want to learn how to play? What factions do you interest you the most? You know, what gaming like system interests you the most, you know? They're supposed to ask you these kinds of questions, right? And we walk into this store, and first time I had been there in years, and it's a whole different store clerk from the last person I saw. And the first time Seki's ever been in a Games Workshop. We go there, And the store clerk is talking to his friend. His friend is like another, like someone who plays the game. Because they were talking about Games Workshop, like talking about Warhammer at a competitive level. That's what they were talking about. They were talking about playing at a competitive level. Like talking about tournament play and stuff like that, right? And then, you know, that's cool. Like there's like I can appreciate that, right? But we walk in, they ask if there's anything we're looking for. We're just like, oh, we're just looking around, you know, because I'm kind of like initiating Seki into the hobby. Which failed, by the way. He's not really interested in it. And that's it. Literally, the store clerk doesn't talk with us anymore the whole time we're there. We're there for about 30 minutes. I'm dropping hints that like, oh, I'm kind of curious if they have something like this in the back. I know they have these on display typically, like some of the units Seki is interested in, and it's just nothing. The store clerk is just constantly yapping with his buddy, right? And I'm just like, this is so disappointing. That was exceedingly disappointing that it played out that way. You know? In for an hour, not 30 minutes? Oh, yeah. I'm so sad that the Games Workshop employee just kind of dropped the ball, you know? Like, didn't really try to engage with us in a meaningful manner. You know what I mean? That's just sad. That's just sad. Not all shops are winners. Yeah, it's just when it was the old guy though, the person who worked there prior, that guy was a winner. That guy was a winner. But unfortunately, he's not there anymore. You know, I'm so used to people being really passionate about every aspect of the hobby instead of just tournament play, you know? That's really sad. Like, who wants, like, not everyone who is in the hobby is in a tournament play stuff, right? How disappointing. So cared he was replaced. Yeah. I guess so. Ah. How's the music, by the way? Is it fitting for Warhammer hobbying? Very menacing, yeah. For ogres, yeah. Deep foreboding, appropriate, yeah. We are making ogres. I really want to play the tabletop again. I would really like to. God, this is such a difficult spot. Let me pull out the mold line remover. Big drums. The store after was infinitely better. Yeah, after that we went to an anime store. And the anime store was freaking awesome. We went to an anime store. One of the Battletech tabletop, that would be cool too. I wouldn't mind having a couple of those miniatures. I would really love to have some Battletech miniatures at some point. What do you guys think of this so far? It's kind of hard to put everything in a point where, you know, you guys can see, because I have to pull stuff closer to my face so I can see them. You got a favorite mech? Yeah, the Orion. I like the Orion. I think it's got very cool asymmetry to it. It's fine, yeah. So we've got this little arm piece. Oh my god, my book just fell again. This is so annoying. Why do you keep falling? This is so difficult to stay open. Something just fell on the floor. Partially the vulture, mad dog. Ooh. I see. I see. Okay, so we've got C3 here, which is this arm. Okay, this feels sturdy now. This feels cured. That feels way better. Let's see, how does his arm go on? Oh, just like that. Goes on like this. Okay. Put space on throne. It's Tamiya. I did add some stuff to throne. I do want another one of these box sets, but it's kind of expensive, so it's kind of a lot to ask for you guys. If you guys like this kind of content, then I'll do more of it. I know you guys typically do like my hand cams, though, especially from like the Lego ones. This is a bit more difficult than just building Lego. But I still have a lot of fun doing this. Alright, I'm pressing that on right now. How many points of ogres is in that box? 1,000. So if I get another box set, it would be 2,000 points, which is enough to play for against most people. I like 1,000 point games, but a majority of people in the hobby play 2,000 points all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with 2,000 points, it's just I feel like the games last a long time. A bit longer than I would like. But I don't mind. So this is about 10 ogres, 3 iron guts, a tyrant, and then 2 Mawtribes raiders or cavalry. The tyrant is 150 points. The 10 ogres is 400 points. The iron guts is about 200 points. So that's 600 plus, so 750. And then the Mawtribes raiders, you get 2 of them, and they're about like 200 something, like 280 points or something like that. Ooh, building some big old hungry boys? Yeah. We're building this guy right now. He's looking pretty good so far. Hi, antagonist wife. Let's see. We need his little feet now. We need his little feet. It looks like the music stopped playing. Let me continue that one. You're Scooby, it's so cute. Thank you. Thank you. So we want C5 and C6. Okay, so these 2 right here, these little feet. Oh, these come off real easy. Ah. Uh-oh. I dropped him. I found him. These just have little spots on the bottom of them. No raid this time, just came. That's fine. That's fine. Ozor, could you can you shout out antagonist? Thank you. Yeah, we just had little stubs on the bottom of the feet, where the sprue chunks were. And now they... Oh, I mixed up which is which. I think this one goes here. How does this go on? Okay, I see. So it goes on like that. There's a little peg. Let me see if I can put that on just fine. That's the back foot. Yeah, I should have cut off one foot at a time. But yeah, we went to... Seki and I went to an anime store, and the anime store was a lot of fun. It was a lot more fun than the GW. Because that GW store was just a bust. Like I said, I was really disappointed that it was, that it was like that the store clerk just barely interacted with us. You know, it's literally their job to be like, hello, how are you? What's going on? What do you want to do? You know? Alright, I got that foot on. See? We let that cure for a bit. And then we can get on this other foot. Then after that, we've only finished 2 steps. No, technically only 1 step. Oh, it wants us to do this twice. It wants us to do this twice. Oh. Oh, because it wants us... Okay, it wants us to pull out the other sprue and do it at the same time. I think I just want to go through it one time as is. And then we'll go back and customize. Back when I still worked at the Marina, I'd offer to take potential new customers into the storage area and show them the facility and go over the processes. Usually like 1 hour to finish the small ones, so take your time. Yeah. I'm taking my time, guys. Like, I plan to stream this all week. Well, I like playing 1K points games and 40K, but my friends prefer 2K. Yeah. Yeah, majority of people prefer 2K. I think that foot is cured. $1K is nice and fast. You can knock it out in an hour while drinking. Well, yeah, it's also because think about the time constraints. Every single time I've played Warhammer on stream on Tabletop Sim, it's been during a weekday. So it's like, I don't feel like I have enough time for a 2K points game because, you know, 2K points games can sometimes last a super long time. right? Let me make sure I know how to fit this on here first properly. Okay, yeah. That's easy. Get it on the little peg. And then the stump. There we go. Now he's standing up. And like shit talking. Yeah. I think it's a lot of fun playing war games with people, especially ones with factions like Warhammer, because people get so invested in them, right? And they'll talk your ear off about what they're passionate about, and I think it sounds so much fun. It sounds so much fun to me, you know? I like hearing what people have to say about their hobby. You know what I mean? It just makes sense. Okay, so we're putting 2 more pieces on. It looks like we're putting on C7. Which is a torso piece. And also the gut plate, like teeth. There you go. Let me just put this aside. We're not using this yet. Let's move him here. All my warhammering has been in person. That's fair. I mean, that's how it's intended, you know. Yeah, that came off just fine. Oh, I kind of mangled that a little. Let me see if I can get these. Scraping this one. When we were at the anime shop, we found some really cool stuff. So that was at least a blessing for the day. Like, we saw all kinds of cool figures. And I even got a figure for Seki. I got him a No Game No Life one. Which he really enjoys. And I'm happy to see him happy. Because he's got like a collection of them. And I'm happy I was able to add to his collection in a very meaningful way. He cares a lot about his collection. Always add to your man's tism. You hear the Necrons is that I don't like in the lore they one-hit most shit. Do they? Their guns are crazy. Show me this next tabletop called Lancer. That looks interesting. I've played Lancer. Lancer is very good. I like Lancer quite a bit. How does this go on? Like this? I'm trying to think, what are the points of contact on here? I guess it's mainly the lay. Break apart molecular bonds or something. The thing is, the writing team will write crazy lore about a weapon, but then, you know, balance team is like, no, 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 no. You know what I mean? You can't give every faction something that insta-gives everything else, you know? And stuff like biological weapons still gotta work on stuff like Necrons, right? What about all the people who play NIDs, right? If it were lore accurate, it'd be broken, yeah. Like, everyone playing NIDs, like, what happens the moment they use a biological weapon on a Necron? Like, what then? Yeah, kind of willy-nilly with this application of this stuff. I'll try and be more careful. Okay, there we go. I'm applying this one. War buggy. In destroyers, flayed. Some fancy boy who hasn't finished losing his mind. Dynasty. Nid players who have 10,000 more pieces to play to balance the game to fit the lore. Also, I like the Tyranids. I can't personally speak. Right, it's just like, just imagine biological weapons, ones that are supposed to like rip flesh and destroy soft tissues. What does that do to a Necron? Like, what does a flesh borer do to a Necron? You know what I mean? Like, it's still gotta work on the tabletop somehow. Because people do play Necrons against Tyranids. Finish your Nid models. Nids are cool. I like them. I feel like Nids have a larger role nowadays than when I first started playing. As C4, right? Let me check the... yeah. That's C4. Imagine it goes on like that. There's like a flat spot here. Let me see if we can apply glue here. And a little bit of glue here. Okay. Hold that one in place for a bit. Let that one cure. I'm gonna let that guy cure for a bit. Because that is just kind of holding on for dear life right now. Yeah, he's just kind of holding on for dear life right now. Oh, let me look at the instructions again. So this one is for if I want to use that banner. But can I use the other banner? There's all kinds of gluttons here. Hold on, I'm checking the instructions. What do you know about Halo? I know some stuff about Halo. Well, I guess I'm building this guy. Wait, what happens if you don't put the banner on him? Oh, this is just a different piece you use. I see, okay. I don't think I want this guy to be my champion. Oh, I used the wrong arm then. Okay. Then I'll just use the arm from this instructions. I'll use the other arm with the different backpack. That's what I'll do. I should have read the instructions fully. How's the not 40k going? Good so far. So if I want the different arm, I should have used a different chest piece if I was going to use that chest piece. Oh well. So now I gotta use arm 8. Which is fine. I don't mind doing that. There's only one piece on here. Here's arm 8. Can you try fixing her up? Hi, Motor's Eye. Oh! I dropped him. God, I want Borgor. I would love Borgor. So this is where this would go. At this here. Oh, I kind of flooded it. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to flood it with cement. See if I can get gravity to go back into that recess. You even made an Eve card game at one point? Oh, that sounds cool. I didn't know that. How did it do? Did it do okay? So we want head 10. This is head 10. He's got a little bit of stuff on his face. Right here. Becky and I also watched a very scary movie during the vacation. We watched Hereditary for the first time. And that movie for the first hour is just depressing. Like, it's not even scary in the beginning. It's just like sad. You know what I mean? The movie is designed to make you cry more than you are scared. First came out in 2006, had an expansion in 2007, has been printed since. Oh. I mean, that sounds like it could be fun. An Eve card game. That's our ogre. It's coming together nicely. Look at him. Isn't it a nice ogre? He's so fat. Yeah. He's fat chud. He fat chud. All right, I think what's next? Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Stop knocking over my book. Why does this keep falling over? Cut that out. Okay. Now we're supposed to have oh, I guess it's on the other sprue. We're on the other sprue. We need a weapon from here. Dude, okay, I think there's like a mistake or something. These numbers that you see on the instruction manuals don't line up. My book is falling again. They just don't line up. It's a little weird. Like, it'll say one thing, but then when you look on the instructions, it's different. Your ogre so bad, his stream counts as a collab. This is peak physique to bug women. Yeah, Seki, when are you gonna be like an ogre? What, the scallop? Gonna have a little cutlass. I think there's a little bit of delay on my phone. We might have to take a little break at some point to let my phone cool down. These mold lines really aren't that bad. Put a fan on your throne for your phone. If only there was enough space on my phone holder for that. I'd be honestly better off getting a webcam. And then a stand for it. Let's see if this fits. Oh. Oh no. His freaking gut plate jaws are coming off. God damn it. Yeah, they've just come off fully now. See, this is like wiggling off. Let me see if I can fix that. I'm gonna pull it away from the screen because I need to concentrate. Okay. One thing you don't want to hear when building models? Oh no! Knock to a phone cooling case? That would be cool. That would be really cool. Alright, I'm gonna let this gut plate cure a little bit more because that's what I didn't do last time. I didn't put enough on it and didn't let it cure. This is our first little ogre guy. Almost done so far with this guy. Dude, that took us a whole hour to get to this point. That's kind of crazy. So let's just let him cure for a bit. Let's talk about more of the trip. We ate lots of yummy food. I had lots of yummy Mexican food, and we went to a nice bar and had a burger, a yummy burger. We went to Sheets. Sheets is yummy. We like Sheets food. I like very, dude. I'm a fat fuck. I go to Sheets and I get like a thing of boneless wings and just eat that. Even though people say those are nuggets, apparently. Would you consider boneless wings just nuggets? I also saw a bunch of Gundam. Oh my god, the freaking book fell again. I saw a bunch of Gundam stuff at the anime place. Hold on. Stuff that fell on the floor, wanting to be annoying. Things or wings have been improved by the removal of inedible parts. Yeah, I like boneless wings. They're very yummy. They're very yummy. Let me see if I can attach this hand now. Seems good. Okay. Then after that, we're gonna put an iron fist on him. Gotta be careful. Just let him stand for a bit with his sword. Diamond sword, sword. I can swing my sword, sword. My diamond sword, sword. I just press it into place for a bit. Not too hard now. Because we have, remember this arm is also held on by glue. The entire arm is. Okay, so we need a couple more things for this guy to be complete. I'm actually skipping ahead in the book to the part where we use the other parts to complete him. Which is where we use part 8. We use part 8. And then also number 17. Burger King foot lettuce. Ow, I got caught on my shirt. That is 85. What the hell? What about... So I see 17, but where is 8A? Okay, the book flipped over again. Oh, I can just pick one. Okay. Okay, so any Iron Fist. All right, let's look for a nice Iron Fist then. I don't see any on this sprue. Not this one. I guess the Iron Fists are on this sprue? Yeah, they are. They're on this sprue. Let me take a look again. Okay, we want the Iron Fists that are begin with 80. So let's go with this guy right here. So this guy. Alright, there we go. Iron Fist. Oh, the music stopped. Let's make sure it fits. Wow. Yeah, that looks good. He fell. He only needs one more thing. A year of putting up with me. Hello, Stubbs. You're missing it. We're making the fat chuds. Look at our fat little chuddy guy. Yeah. He looks really cool. He only needs one more thing for this guy to be complete. Blue sniffer? I sniff blue? According to who? I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like a bag of viscera. I'm trying to clean it up. The rest of glue sniffer buggy? Me? I'm a glue sniffer? Nuh-uh. You made that up. You made it up. I could have sworn there was another part where stuff connects, but I don't see it anymore. Experiences on gut? He means in his backpack. True. Hehehe. Flooding that little recess. Dude! That's him! That's our first ogre. What will we name him? What shall we name him? BBW Lover? Yeah, that's a good name. Chuddy? Oi? We got two Chuddies. We got BBW Lover and Oi. Start naming them after chat members. Like your desk covered in mushrooms, very cute. Yeah. Howling Chutter. This is him. Wow. Alright, I think now we just gotta let him cure. So I'll put him over there for now. Yeah, he needs to cure. I think I want to build this guy as our actual warlord. Then I think I'll skip ahead and build the musician. Because I intend to build a reinforced unit of 10 ogres. I only need one banner holder and one musician. Everyone else can just be ogre. You know? You know? Guys, I'm so happy to be back. Like, I miss streaming. Well, I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. The vacation, I loved the vacation. But I also miss streaming a lot too. How many of you caught the Castle Crasher stream? That was so much fun. I really enjoyed the Castle Crasher stream. Oh my god. Why is this happening? I keep getting messages from work. Of course, they can never wait until like another time. They always have to message me while I'm doing stuff. So to put things in context, I work in a camera room, okay? I work in a camera room as a camera room guard. They're, for some reason, wanting to get us to train to do stuff outside and outside of the camera room as well. And it's just like, I don't want to do, that's not what my job description said. I got called into work and I was like, yeah, I can come in early, and didn't, and I had my shit in there, and when she was answering the phone, what? They're getting cheap. And I'm getting an explanation from my boss that's basically like, well, you're getting paid the same rate. So I'm just like, oh my god, that's not the fucking point. That's not the point. Like, that's not... What kind of fucking answer is that? You're getting paid the same rate. Oh yeah, so when you sign up to go work at the puppy petting factory at this rate, and then they change the job to going to the ball crushing factory. Oh, but you're getting paid the same rate, so it's fine. Dude, like what kind of answer is that? You hope another fun day at the ball crushing factory. Let me read this again. Hold on. Let me read this text message again. We're all the camera room officers are gonna get a gate training because next week all 911 calls are gonna get routed to the camera room and not the gate. Oh, I can understand that. Because you don't have to be pretty light other than that in the overnight, you know that. Dude, here's the deal. Oh, hi, Jozel. Here's the deal, though. They say, oh, well, it's light. It's real light during my shift. But my shift also includes the freaking mornings. When everyone is coming into work. That's what it includes. They say, oh, well, you only do it rarely. But this is like the second time it's happened in the span of a month. Like, what are they talking about? Dude, I'm not responding to this. This is pissing me off. Dude. Always be lying out of their ass. Dude, this is already the second time this has happened. It's been less than a month. They're trying to get me. Fuck that, dude. I'm not doing that right now. Apparently it's for Thursday. Well, I'm not on the schedule for, like, I'm not even on the schedule for that time. What, I don't know what the hell happened for me to suddenly have to be put on that for that time. They want me. It's not rare if it's a monthly thing. Yeah, exactly. Hire more fucking people. It's not my problem. Dude, literally, that's not what my job description. I should, like, would it be BM to just send them a screenshot of my job offer? I could see, like, here's a screenshot of my job offer. Notice how it doesn't say the thing you're asking me to do. I either do this or you transfer or fire me. How much do you want to keep your job? I would like to keep my job, but dude, I'm just so fucking... I'm fed up. I'm fed up. Because I try being nice. I do things to be nice, and now I'm suddenly getting asked the whole world. Yeah, I would ask for more. I could ask for more. Then they'll say, oh, it's rare. But like, no, it's not. You could give me more money or it's not gonna happen. Anyways, I think this guy is cured enough. Do you like him? Looks a little gray. Yeah. He needs to be primed. He needs to be put on a base and primed. Ogor! Oh, you fell. Dude, it took us an hour and a half to make one ogre. We're gonna be building these ogres forever, guys. Imagine a whole 2,000 points to these guys. Still more than Bags has done? Oh, you're right. Bagman has orcs he hasn't built. I still see some sort of mold lines. What happened there? There's some weird texturing around one of the seams. Maybe that's my fingerprint. I don't know. Let me see if I can fix it. I think some glue got on part of him. And then my fingerprint put a texture to like put a texture on him. Which I didn't mean for it to happen. That kind of sucks. It's a little scraper tool. They don't even make them like this anymore. I like the way this Citadel, the old Citadel one looks. I like the way this one looks. The new one is like really thin and looks fragile. The old one is peak to me. This is the old one. Then old one is objectively better. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Do we want to build another ogre? I guess so. Oh, this ogre's complicated. How many left to build? We built 1 out of 10 ogre bulls. Then we still have another 3 iron guts to build. And then the tyrants. And then the, what is it? And then the tyrant, and then the mob beast cavalry. Yeah, it took us an hour and a half to build 1 guy. Though I am still relearning how to do it. Let's see, C18. Which one is C18? Oh, all the way up here. So now we are in subathon territory. Dude, if I got fired and I was doing a subathon, I would build Warhammer minis all the time if I could afford to do it. I don't know if my throne alerts are working. Let me check and see. Let me make sure this, oh my god, that keeps falling over. Okay, yeah, it's still on eBay. If I want to get another box set, it's on Throne, but it's like $216 to get it off eBay, which I definitely don't expect any one of you to do. I would like to have another box set so we could be building these for a really long time. Maybe we should make more progress in the first box set we have first, though. It would be really good savings, but oh, thank you, Bernie Bridges Brightly. Thank you for the 25 towards the chair. Just do your job until they fire you for not doing your job, then a subathon. That is an idea. The thing is, I already know what's gonna fucking happen, right? They say, oh, well, it's not that bad. It's not that bad during your shift. But that'll be the shift something fucking bonkers happens. That's how it always fucking works. They say, oh, well, you'll just, you just do it the one time out there, and then I'm like, no, dude, it's gonna be fucking bonkers. Something ridiculous is gonna happen. At this one, oh my god, can that stop falling over? I mean, it's so mad. I have a stand for my little booklet and it keeps constantly falling over. Like nobody's business. There. How's that? Let's see. I'll tell you anything just to get you to accept it. I'm gonna talk to them in the morning about it. And I'm gonna ask for a raise. All the other times I've done to help out. But like, if this is gonna become a recurring thing. Has anyone seen My Hero Academia yet? Season 8 to be specific? No, I'm sorry. I haven't watched that anime in a long time. I watched it when it was first airing. Like when it first started. But I kind of stopped watching anime around that time. Sorry. It's a cool anime though. It's basically Sky High, if you remember that movie. But a whole anime. Which is kind of cool. I like Sky High. Yeah, like they're asking me to do this other position I don't want to do outside. I'm just gonna ask for a raise. I'm gonna ask for a whole $1. And if they're gonna use the excuse of, well, all the camera guards need to be trained on how to do stuff outside, I've already been trained. You know what I mean? So they can't use that excuse for me, because I've already been trained on it. You just want me to cover a shift. They're either gonna give me a raise or I'm gonna ask for time and a half in that shift. Wait, that doesn't even make any sense though. They're saying they're gonna have all the camera guards being trained on the gates, like working the front and back gates and taking shifts for this time. First shift in the camera room is pregnant. She can't work that. What the fuck are they talking about? What are they talking about, man? She can't do patrols. Not in this heat. Villain is a technopath? Was it for... Is this his rebellion? Technopath? I wish there were fantasy ogres. I wish there were fantasy ogres in 40K. But the closest thing to that is just playing orcs. Which I don't know if I want to do. Do a whole Ogren force? The thing is, Ogrins are not the same as these orcs. As these ogres, I mean. They're both big humans, but they're not the same. So I just have to do a crusade army. Are your fat sense coming along? Good. I'm confused by this. Give them 40K gear? Bad fitting would be awesome, but I don't think I've seen anyone do it. Oh. Yeah, just give them like guns. This seems silly. It wants me to sandwich this foot into this. It seems not very practical. Alright, now we gotta sandwich these two together. I got some of my fingers. No, oh my god, I messed up. I messed up on his butt. There's a fingerprint on it. Because of my, I got glue on my fingers. On my fingers, no. I messed him up. Oh. Now I gotta scrape it and fix it. I'm gonna let it cure then. I'm really gonna let it cure. Hey, Nuna. See, I wiped off the glue on my hands and it still was on there. Sticky buggy and a sticky. You see it? You can kind of see it from this light here. He got glue on his butt. I think I need a piece of sandpaper. I think I fixed it. It doesn't look great, but it should be better. Very fine sandpaper, yeah. Melting the surface of the plastic, yeah. It's just, it's supposed to be like cloth, and now I've fucked it up. Dude, why did it have to spill? That's so annoying. I said I'm very meticulous model builder, and when something like that happens, it really infuriates me. Like, it might be a good idea to go back over it with this, just a thin layer of it, and then just don't touch it. And just let it soften and let the natural, let it get back to normal. Thing is, it might not ever... Oh my god, it's over here too. Are you kidding? I'm scraping it right now. Who doesn't have a defective butt? What the? My butt is perfect. I don't have a defective butt. You pick up putting models together? It's fun. As long as you don't mess up. C20, C22. Defective butt? No. No. Wrong. I heard Bagman got... I heard Bagman got banned on Discord. Is that true? What's it, the Void War soundtrack? Yeah, I'm building Warhammers. He's back, but it's true, he's back now? Okay. I think there's someone in Bagman's server going out of their way to report people. Go over the most mundane things too. And if anything, it should be, it's like reporting abuse. Report abuse. And then I was looking chonky, just thought it was bullying. Literally 1984. Yeah. I replied that they took the rubber bands off his nipples and put them around his balls. Yeah. That's funny. Ogre foot. Then we put this arm on. Ogor's coming along. Right? They're censoring him like they're trying to censor me. You're the Kalkini peddler? Yeah. I like Kalkinis. They're pretty nice. Who doesn't like an anime girl and a Kalkini? Think about it. If you don't like anime girls and Kalkinis, you might be rainbow flag emoji. Just saying. You ever react to anime girls eating burgers? Cause I want burger. All anime girls should eat burger. It's true, it's true. C21, C24. Of course, that had to bounce off my table, off my tummy, and then onto the floor. What the heck? Burger, yes. Kalkini, no? What do you mean, Kalkini, no? What's wrong with you? All anime girl to wear Kalkini, American flag kini, and have burger. It's true. Cow bad? Why is cow bad? Cow is peak. Cow's so good. It's like leopard print? Just think it's trashy? No. I'm the vegan, get him! Is this true, Hex? Are you vegan? Give it to us straight. God, no. Nice. Let's dry fit this one. This ogre's coming along. Look at him. Wait, the two tones competition swimsuit? Rahex hates udders. Udders and yeah? What the? But anime girl booba. Think about it. Think about it. Small booba? But all booba. All is good, including big. The magic is how they are presented in a kalkini. That's the magic. You present it in a kalkini. That's how it's meant to be done. That is quality presentation. Do not paint kalkinis on your chud sons. Why not? Why not paint kalkinis on my chud sons? Ogor rawhides. Why does this suddenly not want to go in place? Aw, almost there. Just need arms. Arms and a head. We almost got this guy. What's this about buggy milk? What? We're not talking about mine. What have you brought upon this cursed land? Can you make flat, Twitchy? Lyrian, thank you for the 12 months. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so this should be the last part of this ogre. Make flat, twitchy, golden bikini. Oh my god. Chat, calm down. This is a stream about fat ogres. That's what it's about. Come with cheeseburgers for your ogres? Dude, honestly, I would use that as a base decoration. Hold on. If I can find little burgers to put on the model, I would. You know what? I might have to do that. I might have to ask my... I might have to ask my 3D printing friend to make some burgers for my dudes. Ah. A mini burger for the ogres to hold. How would I paint them? Should I paint the McDonald's? Like yellow pants with red accents? For McDonald's? Go to McDonald's and play paying teeth. Make sure his head is really on there. No, he's not very balanced. But there we go! There's a second ogre! Yay! Look at him, guys! He looks great! How many more do you have to go? So this is ogre bulls. I have 2 ogre bulls out of 10. We have a regular ogre bull, and then we have their champion, who has 1 extra attack. Then after that, we have 3 iron guts, the tyrant, and then 2 mobbies cavalry. I'm loving this. This is a lot of fun. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, the delay is getting pretty severe on my the delay is getting pretty severe on my camera. Hold on. Let me turn it off for a moment to let it cool down. Let me turn it off for a moment to let it cool down, because it's probably toasty. Oh yeah, that's really hot. Ooh. Let me let the phone cool down for a bit, and then we'll continue. Well, I mean, we don't really... I don't think we have enough time to finish another ogre. Well, that one went by a lot faster, at least. Like, that took us about 40 minutes for an ogre. If I started right now, I guess I could technically do it, but we have to let it cool down. So I think I'm just gonna yap for the rest of the stream. I think I'm just gonna yap for the rest of the stream, if that's okay. I'm gonna put this little book over here in my various tools. I will put away. Okay by me? Yeah. And then we can inspect our ogres. I don't know if I want to put them on their bases yet. Hi, Zaxix. How are you? I don't know if I want to put them on their bases yet. It is easier to paint them when they're based, when they're on the base, but like, I don't know. Some people like to sub-assembly everything. I'm kind of not one of those people. Because sub-assembling is, Cam would heat up your... You could heat up your room during the winter, good god. Yeah. It depends. Like, some people like to sub-assembly their bases. I'm not one of those people. For, like, big models? Yeah, that makes sense for big models. For big models, that makes a lot more sense. I mean, ogres are kind of big, but not that big. You have an airbrush? Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have an airbrush. Let me see. Let me clean up my desk a little bit and see if I can get a cool picture. Let me see if I can get a cool picture for you guys with my phone. All right, let me see. I'm gonna take this picture and post it in this server. Then download this picture. Let's see. Oh, I saved that on their thumbnails. I didn't mean to. Browse. There you go. Oh! Transform. Here you go. Here's our ogres. They look pretty dang good, guys. Look at them. Don't they look pretty good? Pretty cool, right? Just gonna have to let them cure. Yeah, your fat chud sons, yeah. These guys have 4 wounds apiece. That's the equivalent of 4 Imperial Guardsmen. Do you know how many wounds a Primaris Marine has? Primaris Marines have 2 wounds apiece. Ogres in Age of Sigmar have 4. They're literally tankier. Those look sick? Yeah. Though, then again, I imagine if you shot an Age of Sigmar Ogre with a las gun, it'd probably kill them. How many layers do these ogres have? So many. So many. I'll move this over here. Turn the droid cam back on. Okay. Yeah, I was using this box suit right here. Because this guy doesn't want to stand up on his own. He falls over. Not go get more ogres, serve them on, and they'll just fight and eat people. They fight and eat everything. True, but in Age of Sigmar, they changed the lore, and I don't really like that. They turned the Maw and Gork and Mork into kind of the same entity in Age of Sigmar, which makes me really sad. In Age of Sigmar 2.0 and 3.0, Ogre Mawtribes followed Gorka Morka, or aka the Gulping God, which can manifest as a Maw, like we'd see in the old world. And now it's still kind of the same way. They kind of push that they're separate more. Like they mention Gorka Morka less and less in the book. And they just call him the Gulping God. What did they do? Are we serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why? I don't know. They wanted to streamline the amount of gods, I suppose. That's so dumb. Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me that ogres follow the same god as orcs. Also, this is gonna hurt you, Blue Reprisal. Mornfang Cavalry, Noblar, Yetis, Frost Sabers are all being moved, and Maneaters are all being moved to Legends next year with AOS 5. We're losing a lot of old models for ogres. The sea elves who ride abyssal monsters in a battle. The sea elves are cool. Yeah, I think they're really cool. I like the sharks. You can have a shark army if you wanted one. Yeah, my little Noblars that I have are gonna have to be turned into base decorations, I guess. Or turn them into objectives. Oh, damage EW, yeah. Which is odd to me because they're keeping some Noblar stuff. Like, they're keeping, like... A Noblar is a hill goblin. In the original Aegis, like, in the original fantasy lore, ogres coexisted with hill goblins because they were too scrawny to eat. Hill goblins would fight alongside the ogres and be like, and they would basically be like servants to them. And then in turn, they get protection. And most of the time wouldn't get eaten. Noblar are cool. I have a unit of Noblar. It's a shame what AOS did to factions. Well, there's some stuff in AOS that I think is really cool. Like, I really still love what they did with the Flesh Eater Courts. The Flesh Eater Courts are insane. Like, even though that's just originally, like, you know, Usharans and, like, the Nosferatu tier of vampire faction. The ghouls, crypt horrors, and primal vampires. Having that whole thing where they all believe they're all kind of deluded into believing something else is kind of cool and fun. Factions of Justice of Order versus Factions of Chaos, and the Faction of Death is just dumb. Yeah. Because destruction is due to the end times. When so those factions just an order versus... Yeah. Is that one big thing? Because destruction to... Yeah. I see. And what's weird to me is you can't play Grand Alliance anymore. In Age of Sigmar, from my understanding, you can't do like Grand Alliance destruction anymore. You can't field giants, ogres, and orcs all together anymore. Which is crazy to me. That's actually super sad. I mean, you probably still do it for fun, but it's sad. It's sad. Do I have nice hands, guys? They're kind of chunky. I have chunky hands. Pinkies? I should paint my nails next time. I should really paint them. Rip Tomb Kings. Hands look fine. Not as fine. Tomb Kings? They're in the old world. The old world is its own thing. Good for hunting cheeseburgers? Yeah. This is how I would hold a cheeseburger. Their hands. Remaining holding ogres and burgers. True. Holding him gently like this. Cha 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 cha. James Borger stream. Dude, if I had a Borgor, I would review it right now. I would. I would love to review a Borgor right now. Alright, we've been going for 2.5 hours. I don't think we have... I don't really... I want to work on more ogres, but Not right now. It's kind of hot in my room. I need to fix up this guy and his pants because he's got weird, like, smudges from the glue. From how I was holding him. I gotta fix him up. He's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see the glow right there on the side. And that's where, like, glue dried up. And then there's, like, a dull spot right there. I need to fix him. I need to get, like, sandpaper or something. I think Total War Warhammer has allowed the old world to come back. Yeah, Total War Warhammer is a lot of fun. It's cool to see. I look forward to maybe playing Total. I look forward to maybe playing the Warhammer Fantasy Battles someday. I would love to try it. But yeah, I think that's it for today, though, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna look for someone to raid. I'll look for someone to raid. We'll probably do more of this later this week, unless I have to work this weekend. Then I don't know. Then I really don't know. Let's see. Who are we? Okay, we'll raid Newt on YouTube. Is Newt also on here? Let's read Nick's. Do a read message. Ogors have layers raid. Let's raid Nixie. She's playing Legend of Zelda. She's been going for an hour. Let's raid her. Start raid. Alright, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into my stream. I had a blast hanging out with all of you. You're all truly wonderful. You're all fantastic people. Thank you for watching me build 2 whole ogres. We'll be building more later this week. Please look forward to it. You're all wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for having me back. Bye 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 bye.